Hello students, now we will learn about different types of families in plant morphology. So here we will read about first one, Brassicaceae, which is also called as Cruciferae family members. Cruciferae family members. Another one, Solanaceae. Third one, Fabaceae. Fourth one, Liliaceae. So first we will start with Brassicaceae. Before that, there are different types of terms and symbols to represent while reading about these families. We will say one by one. If flower is having bract, then such flowers are called bracteate flowers. How do we represent that? Bract. If flower is having the bract, then such flowers are called bracteate flowers. They are represented by capital B, small r. What is bract? Bract is one of the modified leaf that is developed at the axil part of main leaf, and these bracts helps the flowers from giving protection from extreme conditions and insects. So when bract is present, such flowers are called bracteate flowers, represented by capital B, small r. If bracts are absent, such flowers are called ebracteate flowers. It is represented by capital B, small r, like this. Next, if a flower is able to cut, means give two equal halves, when we cut in any plane, then such flowers are called actinomorphic. Somewhere we can say this is of radial symmetry type of flowers. This is represented by circle with plus mark. Next, if the flower is not able to cut in two equal halves in any plane, means if the flower is giving two equal halves, when we cut in only one plane, such flowers are called zygomorphic. This is equal to bilateral symmetry. This is represented by percentage symbol. Next, if the flower is having stamen, such flowers are called staminate flowers. This is represented with symbol male reproductive structure. If the flower is having gynoecium, female reproductive structure, such flowers are called pistillate flowers. If a flower is having both male reproductive structures, that is stamen and pistil, then they are said as bisexual flowers. Like this. If the flower is having calyx, then it is represented in two forms. If calyx is present, then we will write normally the number of sepals. If all the calyx, all the sepals in an calyx are fused, then we encircle them, the number of sepals in an brackets, round brackets. So calyx, if free, then represented as K and any number. This number N represents the number of sepals in a calyx. If the sepals in a calyx are fused, it is represented with brackets. The number of sepals are encircled in brackets. Same thing with corolla. If petals in a corolla are free, then it is represented with capital C, N. If petals in a corolla are fused, it is represented with brackets. Next one, androecium. It is represented with capital E. Gynoecium. It is represented with capital G. In case of gynoecium, if gynoecium is superior, then we represent capital G on the top of the line. If it is inferior, we represent a line and at the bottom part G. If it is gynoecium is half superior, half inferior, then it is represented like this. Next, perianth means the fused petals and sepals, that is represented with capital P. Next, epipetalous condition means the stamens fused with perianth, that is indicated as epipetalous condition. It is represented as capital C, A, and arc-like structure like this. So we represent here calyx, gynoecium, etc. So epipetalous condition is represented like this. So these are few important symbols that are very much necessary while reading about families in plant morphology chapter. Now we will see about Solanaceae family members. Solanaceae family members, also called as potato family. Solanaceae family members is considered as the largest of plant families. Most of the Solanaceae family members are herbs and shrubs. Coming to stem part of Solanaceae family members, most of the stems are herbs or herbaceous in condition. Some are woody. Next, stem is aerial, erect, cylindrical, branched, solid and hollow. And some plants show hollow type of stem also. Some plants will be having outermost hairy like structure. Next, but exception is red underground stem modification, potato. Next, coming to leaves. Leaves show alternate phyllotaxy, next, coming to compound or pinnately compound or palmately compound. So leaves are simple and pinnately compound leaves, and stipules are exstipulates, means at the bottom part. These show reticulate venation. Reticulate venation. Coming to inflorescence. Inflorescence. Inflorescence here, inflorescence is solitary inflorescence. Flowers are axillary in position, and cymose type of inflorescence is seen in case of Solanaceae family members. Flowers are solitary, means single flowers. Cymose in Solanaceae family members. Next is flower. Flowers are bisexual and actinomorphic. Next, calyx is having 5 sepals. They are fused. Next, persistent calyx, valvate estivation. Next is corolla. Corolla are 5 petals. These are also fused. These also show valvate estivation. Next coming to Androecium. Stamens are 5 and they also show some type epipetalous. Next is Gynoecium. Gynoecium has 2 carpels, so bicarpellary. Syncarpus. Superior ovary. 2 number of locules or chambers, so bilocular. Placenta is swollen with many ovules. Next, type of fruit is berry or capsule. Next, coming to floral formula. Actinomorphic plus bisexual, comma. Next, calyx fused, corolla fused. Androecium has with 5 stamens. Epipetalous condition, superior ovary and bilocular. 2 number of chambers. Examples are tomato, brinjal, potato, petunia. Next, ashwagandha, which is medicinal plant, belladonna, which is also medicinal plant, petunia is ornamental plant. Petunia, ornamental. These both, ashwagandha and belladonna, are medicinal plants. So these are examples. Coming to floral formula, we said that there are 5 number of sepals. 1, 2, 3. They are all fused. So we will write symbol like this. Fused. So we have represented in brackets, round brackets. Next coming to petals. 1, 2, 3, 4. Petals are represented disc-like. Fused, so written like this. Next, coming to gynoecium, it is bilocular. This is one locule, second locule, means chambered. Next, coming to stamens are 5. Epipetalous, so stamens are fused to perianth, like fused petals. So here floral axis is very important, so this will be floral axis. So basing on floral axis only, we will represent all these positions of the internal floral parts. So in case of brinjal, we see all the calyx is persistent. Here we have written one place, persistent means if this is brinjal, calyx is present throughout the time period of existence of total fruit. So this is about Solanaceae family members.